My name is Steve. This is Michelle. Today's dance will be the Samba, and we're going to begin, as we always do, with some basic actions, and then we're going to go into a little bit more advanced moves. Now, before we get started, we want to cover some of the basic material and some of the basic techniques that you need to do this dance. In the Samba, we have an action called a pulse action. If you put your hand up against your chest, you'll feel the heartbeat. It's kind of the same as a heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. When we break it down in counts, it's 1 and 2, 2 and 2. So, giving you the basic step, the lady will step back with her right foot as the gentleman will step forward with his left foot. And we just take a forward step, guys, and ladies back, whole beat 1. Now, the footwork there should be ball flat. Then we pull the feet together, we go toe or ball, and then we land back on the same foot flat. Okay, so once again, with that basic action, we have 1 and 2. And then we go backwards as the lady comes forward, 2 and 2. Okay, so again, you have 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Now, so you can see what that looks like sort of from a reverse position. Watch Michelle's feet here as she steps back and settles, and then up and down, forward and settles, right. No matter what we do in the Samba, we want to get that particular hip or bounce action moving. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2 and 2 and 2. So we're going to have Michelle here do the ladies' part, just kind of facing the camera there, okay? Watch what she's doing. Ready? And 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Right. And then the man joins in on that action. As she's going back, he goes forward, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And all we're doing at this point is gathering the feet. So when you're learning how to do the Samba, you really want to spend some time on this particular technique, the pulse action. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Now, all the steps we do, we're going to have that action in there. The first step we're going to begin with is the box step. Now, you've seen this in the waltz, you've seen this in the rumba, you've probably even seen it in the foxtrot. On the box step, the lady will step back with her right leg, and the man will step forward with his left foot. Again, the same sort of action. We go ball flat, side together, ball, ball, flat, ball, ball, flat, or 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Down, up, down, down, up, down. For our Italian friends out there, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. So you're up on the and then down on the whole beat. Boom, 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 boom. Right, now, we're using a practice hold. The actual dance position for this dance, the right hand goes to the lady's shoulder blade. Her left hand will take either the bicep or can sit up top. It really depends upon your preference, okay? And the left hand goes right across just like the other dances, okay? So we'll just turn it so you can see that. The left hand just takes a standard grip, okay? Now Michelle and I will dance first 2 measures of the basic without the box and then the box. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, and 4 and 2. Now we'll go into our box step. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2. Now, one of the nice things about the Samba is it is a rhythm dance, and you will definitely get a good workout when you do it. But you can go in and out of contact. What we're going to do now is a box step with body contact. So you can see it begins to look a little different. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And now you can see we're adding sway to it to really create kind of a different look. So once your pulse is in place and you're doing the pulse action, you'll notice we're in a part position. You can pull your partner in and really change the look of the move by adding a little bit of sway and rotation. There you go. Very nice. Good. Now that's the basic step and the box step. The next move we're going to teach you is the 5th position breaks, okay? On the 5th position breaks, the lady will step sideways with her right foot as the man steps sideways with his left foot. So we begin with the whole beat 1. Now, when we say fifth position, it's a foot position. We bring the right foot back for the man, the left foot back for the lady. Try to put the ball or toe of the foot, gentlemen, close to the heel of the supporting foot. Go up and then down. Then you swing across, step, up and down. And again, there's that pulse action. 2 and 2. So you'll see step, ball, step, step, ball, step, or flat, toe, flat, toe, flat. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And when we do this step, the lady can arch backwards, right. Again, giving it a little bit more styling. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Good. So now I'll put my back to the camera, and Michelle will be facing the camera, and you'll see her as well as myself, and we'll both do the step slowly. So we step to the side, side, ball, ball, step, side, ball, ball, step. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Okay, one more try at it, and then we'll do it together. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And now we'll try it dancing it. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. I'm going to use a turning box. And now you can see it from the lady's perspective. Good. And back to the box step. Okay, so once again, the fifth position, 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 1 and 2, and 2 and 2. Good. Now, we got a few other moves for you before we get fancy. The next move is the promenade, and that will be followed by the counter promenade. Now, we'll show you the move first, and then we'll break it down. When we do a promenade step, we must begin with a fifth position break. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Okay? The lady will now will step forward and pull back, forward and pull back, forward and pull back, and it tends to move to the man's left. And then we come out forward and close, okay? So once again, it will look like this. We go fifth position, promenade, 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 out and close. Okay, and now we'll break it down for you. Men, starting with the fifth. Ladies, starting with the fifth. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Right at this point, guys, keep the left arm forward, okay? Don't let your elbow back, because what that'll do is it'll pull the lady off her feet and into you. Okay? Now, if you're out dancing at a nightclub, you may want to do that, but that's up to you. Okay, so keep that frame up there. This is a promenade position. Now, you'll note the lady's right foot is free, the man's left foot is free. As we step forward into this next move, we want to use a pendulum action. Push, pull, settle. Right, let's do that one more time, Michelle. So we have the fifth position, then push, pull, settle, 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 forward and out. Good. And now we'll give you the actual timing of the move. When we count these moves, we do them in what's called measures. This particular one has 8 of them. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, and you come out on 8 and 2. Now I'll use a basic step to turn myself around, and we'll just dance it in the other direction. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, and 8 and 2. And again, we'll use a basic to turn, and back into it one last time. Forward and back, 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 and finally out. So that's our promenade step. Now, next, we have what we call the counter promenade. And on the counter promenade, we begin with 1 fifth position break. So this one will look like this. This is going to go in that direction. So we're going to go 1 and 2. Now, instead of going back for the fifth position, we open it out right there. All right, let's dance the whole pattern and then we'll break it down. So 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, 8 and 2. One more look at it. 2, 2, 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, out 7 and 2, 8 and 2. And one more look at it. Fifth position, opening out, facing, opening out, facing, opening out, and closing. Forward and close. Okay, so getting into how to actually dance it. As we said, we begin with a fifth position. Guys, side step with the left. Ladies, side step with the right. 1 and 2. Now, it will help if on the 1 and you sort of step back or stand away from your partner. Try not to be here, but rather back here. Right. Now, when you release the right hand hold, guys, the right leg will swing forward. The lady's left leg will swing forward. We will pull the left arm through. 2 and 2. Let's do that again. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, then 3 and 2. What you want to do on that 3 and 2 is you want to pull the arm back and square off your hips to your partner's hips again. And then continue. From there on, it's just a repetition. Right. That's the idea. And then you come out. Now, just as we did in the other move, we're going to count this in measures. And just as we do in the promenade, there is 8 measures here as well. So we do 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and stop. Right here, men, you're ready to come out. You're on your 6th measure. The lady's right foot is free. Your left foot is free. We both go forward side together. 7 and 2. And now the man goes back with his right. The lady comes forward with her left. 8 and 2. Okay, so one more time. I'll do it right from here. And 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 7 and 2, 8 and 2. And once again, going the other way. 5th position, open out, prepare to exit, exit, and finish. Very nice. Now we're going to group this all up for you before we go into our advanced move, okay? So, let's recap. We began with Samba, which is a pulse. And the way to check this is when you're doing it, put your hand on your chest there, and you can, if you're moving with the beat of your heart, you're probably doing it right. Okay? Then you had the box step. Then you had the box step in closed position. Then you had the 5th position. And then we went into the promenade position. We come out on 8 or 2. And then the last move we had was the counter promenade. And again, coming out on this one, 7 and 2, and then 8 and 2. Okay, now, before we get into our advanced move, we'd like to dance those with the music. So let's get our musical director there, and we'll have some music for you while we catch our for our advanced move. Okay, so that's some of our basics. Now, the advanced move. Okay. As we do the advanced move, we're going to do the advanced left turn with the lady spin, and then the promenade with a hip bounce. But while we have your attention and while we're catching our breath, actually while I'm catching my breath here, whew, okay, we want to remind you of places to go dancing. As of late, one of the places that you can go to is the Italian American Club on Lake Ave. Saturday nights is open for dancing. Just disco and cha-cha and things like that. Generally doesn't start till much later on at night, 10:30 till about 1:30. So if you want to get there, remember that's one of the places to go. For ballroom dancing, check the papers. There's always a dance going on. Now, we've been absent for a little while, and I told the people that took care of me last week, or a couple weeks ago, that I'd say thank you to the people at UMass Memorial. Good to be back. Okay, now, before we continue on, we want to give you that next move. Ladies, I want you to watch Michelle's feet. She's going to go backside close, and then forward side cross. Okay, now take another look at that. And again, you have the same timing here. Now this step is going to be tricky because I'm going to be changing the tempo on you. 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Now right here we lose our pulse for a moment. The man will do what we call a boogie walk or a funky walk forward while the lady does a spin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's try one more time, and this time I'll try not to drive Michelle into the camera there. So we go 1 and 2, 2 and 2, walk, 2, 3, 4, and then bounce out, bounce out. Okay? So once again, we go 1 and 2, 2 and 2, walk, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And one last time, we have the advanced left, the ladies walk, okay, and then you're back into your dance position. Now, men, you probably won't get that strut right away, okay? You're going to have to work on it. It's part of the pulse. And ladies, I'm relatively sure that spin won't be that easy, right, Michelle? It takes a little bit of work, okay. Now, we're going to break that one down, then we're going to give you one more move. So we go 1 and 2, 2 and 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. I'm going to simulate the lead. Okay? Ready? Okay, now we're going to go nice and slow. I cross, she closes. She crosses, I close. She spins, I walk, 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 walk. We go back to the box step. Okay? And one more time. 1 and 2, 2 and 2, walk, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. Good. And the last step for today, before we get into next week's preview, is going to be the promenade hip bump. Here's what it will look like. We do a fifth and a fifth and a promenade. Now, I'm going to pull the lady towards me, and as I do this, she's going to step and bump my hip. Boom, and then a pull back. Now, ladies, when you do the pull back, you'll want to put the weight back on the inside leg or your left leg. We then take the outside leg, we cross in front, and we do 4 chassé-like actions back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, guys, you back box, and you forward box. Now, we're going to do this facing camera 1 here. We're going to go 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, bump and 2. So you can clearly see that. Let's give him one more shot at that, Michelle, okay? And there's the fifth, there's the fifth, there's the promenade. Right here, guys, as you step, pull it towards you, bump. Good. Now cross in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then box and box. And now we'll go into it from a little different angle. I'm doing the promenade, pulling and bumping. Good. Now I'll turn the shell around here, and you get to see it from the lady's perspective. Bump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Now, if you were to link those two moves together, and we'll do this right before the preview for next week, linking the two moves, we have The advance left, the lady spin, the promenade, the bump, the cross, and the box. Yes, now we'll put it all together. Before we do that though, we're going to have a preview of next week. Next week we're going to be doing the mambo, aka salsa. Okay, here we go. I think we have our music queued up. This is so don't forget, next week we'll be doing some mambo for you. Now to get back to this week and the samba, a quick review of all the moves before we do it with music. We want to again thank you for joining us. We are on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, sorry. And there are some other nights we're on as well. Check your schedules for that. We do have a website, and Michelle, that website is?
shallwedance-ma.tripod.com.
Okay, so if you have any comments or questions or anything at all, go ahead and access that and give us your input. We'd appreciate that. In the meantime, we're going to go back to showing you the samba, and we're going to review all of our moves for today. Remember now, the samba, one of the characteristics, very important one, the pulse in the basic movement. Then we had our box step in a part position, and our box step enclosed. We had our fifth position. We had our promenade. We had our counter promenade. Then we had our advanced left turn. And then our promenade hip bump. Okay, and then out of there. Okay, now before we get done for today, we want to thank you again for joining us. And I think it looks like we got time for one more move. Okay, just a little styling. We're not going to really give you a new move. We're going to give you just a little styling on an old move. On the box step in closed position, if the lady wraps her left arm around or right arm around your waist, and you wrap your arm around her waist, guys, and we pick this arm up here, if we do our box step and we lean forward and back, we have a step called the coffee grinder. And you can see why that would be. Of course, it's an old-fashioned coffee grinder, but nonetheless, also a samba move. And to come out of this, you just roll the lady out. Dun, 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 and dun, 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 okay? And that, of course, is the coffee grinder. We hope to see you next time, or we hope you'll see us next time. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and dance and finish out with some dancing, and we hope to see you at the various dances. We have that dance showcase. When is that? Look for a dance. We did a show. We filmed a showcase. When is that going to?
Yeah, I'm not sure when it's going to air.
Okay. Well, look for it. You'll see some dancing, some performances from some of our students. Once again, I'm Steve. This is Michelle. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to cut out with a little bit